I welcome both the evaluators, Professor Shobha and Professor Anand, and we do have uh, HOD of CSC, Dr. Shivmurthy, also all the student participants and batch 30 students. Let us
Thank
start.
you.
We have 30 minutes of time. Please keep all your questions at the end of the. I request all of you to mute your mic, except the presenters. All of you please mute. Yeah, over to you, Nakia.
Sir, shall we start?
Yes.
Sir. Good afternoon, one and all. Welcome to phase 2 presentation of batch 30. Our project name is Heart Attack Risk Prediction and Heart Health Tracking. Myself, Vishwanath. My team members are Nandini M, Nakia, Ashwini N. We are working under the guidance of Professor Dr. Deepu R. Our reviewers are Professor Anand Kumar H and Professor Shobha BS. Let's begin with the introduction. Heart attack prediction is an important thing which causes a sudden death of a person, which is a huge loss of their families. Nowadays, cardiologists uses many other clinical treatments to predict the heart attack, such as blood test and electrocardiography, etc. The heart attack is correlated with the risk factors like hypertension, smoking, family history, and many more. In design details, we can see how our project is going to work. Actually, we are going to create an Android app. Here, user can get into the app by sign up. Then he will enter into the query session. Here, he have to answer for some of the characteristic questions which were asked based on his habits, health, and issues. These questions consist of 14 attributes. Then he will move on to the next session where we are going to collect his heart rate by using pedometer. Pedometer means it is an electromechanical device which counts the footsteps of the person. Through that, we can record the heart rate. By combining the data which we have get from the user, we are display the result. In the result, person is come to know whether he is prone to like a heart disease or not, and also he get to know about which factor is mainly affecting on his heart health and all. Then user also has three button for his health. One is precautions and emergency ambulance, then doctor consultation.
Software requirement specification. Under this, we have two specifications, functional and non-functional requirements. Firstly, functional requirements. Data upload. In this application, the system provides a user with a graphical interface to upload a data, which is used to build a model. Data upload. The user input data, which is input to the application. Then data cleansing. In this process, preparing data for analysis by removing or modifying the data that is incorrect, incomplete, or irrelevant, duplicated. The comparison. The features obtained are compared with the data set, then prediction. Here, after comparison, from the result, we can predict heart failure or not. Then non-functional requirements, performance. In this performance requirement, the application should support the end user's requirements. The product is capable of processing when large number of files are provided as input, and also it must be interactive and delays the involved should be less. So in every action, response of the system
battery availability.
The application will not hang on and opens quickly. Reliability. The system should not crash and should identify invalid input, produce the suitable error messages. Then usability. The interface should be intuitive and easily navigable, and it's user friendly. Then integrity. The software does not store any cache data or does not use the system resources. Then project requirements. To build our project, we want some tools. Under hardware requirements, processor ITEL 7 2.4 gigahertz and hardware 40 GB, RAM 8 GB or above. Software requirements, operating system Windows 7 and above. Programming language Java. Front-end technology is XML, tools, Android Studio.
Use case diagram. A use case diagram describes how a user uses a system to accomplish a particular goal. It defines the interactions between the external actors and the system. The use case diagrams, it mainly consists of the actors and the use cases, which relates these to each other to visualize what is being described, that is the system. Who is using the system, that is the actor. And what does the actor want to achieve, and those are the use cases. Capturing the requirements from the user's point of view, we have the following actors and the use cases as shown in the diagram. Totally, we have 7 use cases, which represents the specific functionalities of a user accessing our application. The user is able to register, log in, and the user is able to fill out the prediction survey. The prediction survey backend will be there. The user is uploading the data, and the heart attack prediction takes place, whether he is getting a heart, how prone is he to get a heart attack in future. Then the result is being predicted. Then we can able to manage the physical activities on a daily basis, manage the user profile and notifications and settings. Then we have the emergency services, awareness log, and checking the results. For the emergency services, he will be able to send the alerts to his hospital, to his relatives, to his loved ones, and to his friends and family members who are able to come in any case of emergency at a single click. Notification will be sent to all of them. Then at the last, we also have another actor who is the admin. The admin here is able to control, is able to manage and manage the physical activities daily. Is able to make the blogs, change them, update them, and at the same time, he's able to send the results to the user. For all of these, in order for the user to access them, it is required that the user has to be logged in. And if the user is coming as a guest, then he will be able to access the home page, the settings, the awareness log, and all of that. But mainly, the user has to be logged in order to access all of these functionalities. Thus, our use case diagram captures the system functionalities and the requirements, the dynamic behavior of a live system. Next, we have the sequence diagram over here. The sequence diagram is structured in a way that represents a timeline, which begins at the top and it descends gradually to mark the sequence of interactions. The interaction, we can say that the sequence diagram is just interaction diagram. It shows how the operations are carried out that is interactions between the objects and the other objects in collaboration with the context. It shows the time focus and the order of interaction visually by using the horizontal axis and the vertical axis. Here in this diagram, in our sequence diagram, the vertical axis which represents the time, the progress, and the horizontal axis which represents the events, the elements and the objects. In our sequence diagram, we have the objects like the member, that is the user, is able to register, log in, home, the survey form, and the daily tracking table and the database. In our sequence diagram, when the user is starting to use our application, he initiates by registering in the registration window by using the Lifeline member. Then he is using the activation by sending the message that he is going to be registering. And if the username and the password is not correct and it's not valid, then it will return the user that is an invalid user and you have to register. But if he is a valid user, he is able to go on with the other functionalities of our project, which is taking up the survey form. He can fill the details of the survey form and the updates of which will be sent to the database, and the result will be sent back to the user. And I'll display the result back to the user where he'll be able to see his result. At the same time, the members will also be able to track their habits, which the progress when he'll be entering the details each and every time the details will be updated to the database, and at the weekly basis a progress report will be generated which will be displayed onto him as a motivation. So at the end, when the user is able to log out of our application, then the member activation has been destroyed. So next we also have the sequence diagram. Next, we have the sequence diagram showing the user, the server, and the database objects, which is the same, but here we'll be able to have a look at the prediction survey, how the cleansing of the data takes place, and how the data comparison takes place of what all the user has entered. And then after the data has been compared, the prediction has been sent to the user. At the same time, the user can log out, and that's the end of the sequence activation over here. Next will be carried out by Ashwini. Please continue. I apologize for the delay. There must be some network issue.
Yeah, Akia, you only continue. You can complete. I think.
Yes, sir.
You just continue. Don't stop.
Okay, sir. I think the other one, Ashwini, has network issue. She's not responding.
Okay, you simply can't complete.
Okay, sir. So next we have the state chart diagram. In the state chart diagram, we mainly have how many states can we say? We have 3 states over here. We have the start state, and then we have the use cases spread out over here and there, and then we have finally the stop state. When the user is mainly the state diagram, state chart shows the user interaction with our application, which will be when the user has opened our application, it's going to start, and he is going to have to log in. When the user has logged in and entered the password, if it says it's invalid, then he is not further, he is not able to progress further. But if he is able to, if the username and the password is correct, and he sees a valid person, then he can go on with the further functionalities, take up the prediction survey, and the data that is the user data, that is all of the prediction survey data, has been sent back to the admin to further store the user data. And as a result of the prediction survey, it gives the result, whether it's a negative result or a positive result. The negative result over here says that the user is in good health condition, and it appreciates his effort, saying that you are a very good person who is taking care of your health and your heart. So it's going to appreciate the efforts of the person. Next, if it's a positive result, that is if the person is going to have a heart attack in future, or if he's having any kind of heart problem, then the positive result is going to show the main causes of his heart problem. That it may be that he's a smoker, a chain smoker, or if he's having cholesterol, BP, all of that will be attributing for the positive result. And at the end, the user will be able to track his daily board, whether if it's a negative result or a positive result. The user can track his habits daily, and he can also check his efforts that has been done over time. And if the starting person, and that is the user, if he is not logged in and is just a guest, then he will be able to access the home page, the profile, about, settings. At the same time, he's able to read the blogs and the safety measures. The blogs and the safety measures over here are nothing but the precautions. Like if a person is going to have a heart attack, like let's just say I do not know what a person is going to have what are the symptoms that I'll get when I am going to have a heart attack. So these posts and the blogs, these are just the articles and the blogs from the doctors and all through the internet that has been spread out, will all be gathered in one place and will provide information and precautions, creating awareness for the user, what he has to do in case he's going to have a heart attack, how can he take care of his health, and all of that all in one platform will be given over here. No matter if he's a guest or if he's a member, he'll be able to access this. And at the end, the user is just going to stop using our application for the day and he's going to log out. Next. Ashwini, are you there?
Data collection and preprocessor. Data collection and preprocessor is done. Currently working on a comparison of an data. Further comparative study for a data generating using a data model and output. Furthermore, we are implementing and testing is done. Next. Easy tracking, risk prediction, easy and cost effective, and promoting self-motivation and emergency services. Easy tracking is used to daily tracking the various data and stored in same. Easy prediction is like old or young peoples, they can have a risk predictions like an heart attacks and their lifestyles. Easy and cost effective. It has available to everyone. Promoting a self-motivation is encouraging the user to quit and creating an awareness. Emergency services like automobile alerts like nearest hospitals and ambulance and good doctors can be suggested in an applications.
So that is it for our presentation. I hope you all had a nice time listening to our presentation. Mainly our presentation focus here is related for the people who are worried about their heart health, who are very compassionate and enthusiastic for their health, who love taking care of your health. So this application will be helping them in order to help track their heart attack, heart health risk, and all of the daily habits related to that. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you one and all. Now the floor is open for questions. I request all the participants, evaluators to pose their questions which will improve the work of this batch.
Okay. That was a good presentation. I have a question here. Actually, this question I had posted in the previous presentation itself. I had asked you to compare your application with personal digital assistants like a smartwatch or so, compared to a smartwatch. Smartwatch, you may not have to enter the data manually. All the activity related activities are recorded automatically. Can you just I had asked this question in the previous presentation as well. Do you have the answer for this?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, basically our application is going to be a mix of many other applications that exist over the net. Of course, we do have the watches, but the watch is not going to help the person get to know at what level he is standing at and what is mainly causing his heart becoming weak over time. So that the person is, it will help the person to know at where he is standing, whereas the watches don't do that. And the watches, mainly they will be able to track the footsteps and the calories and the heart rate, but ours will also be able to help the person track whether he has smoked that particular day, whether he has he's eaten oily food that particular day, and he'll be able to track his daily habits regarding the especially for the attributes that are going to contribute for his heart health. Like if he's having sugar, is it under control? If he's a cholesterol, if he has cholesterol, then how is he going to do that? Whether he has exercised that particular day. All of these activities have been spread out in different applications. So it is difficult for the person to, access each and every one of them at the stage. Like user, the best application will be where the user is able to access all of the applications in one platform. So we can say that our application will be able to do that, give everything in just one platform.
Hello.
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 Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Like what kind of data you are considering? You have data set for this?
Sir, we are taking data from Kaggle website.
Okay, you have a separate data set for heart attack risk prediction data set.
Ha, sir.
Like, may I know what are the different attributes you are considering in the data set?
Sir, first of all, ನಾವು 14 attributes ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂಸರ್ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಲೈಕ್ ಅವ್ನ್ ಜೆಂಡರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವ್ನ್ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಲೈಕ್ ಅವ್ನ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದು. ಇನ್ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ ಏನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 14 attributes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಅವ್ನ ಕೈಲಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಲೈಕ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಲೈಕ್ ಅವನ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದರಿಂದ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ನು ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಲೈಕ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಶೋಭಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಲೈಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ
yes, the same question ma'am has asked. Like those terms were not familiar to the common man.
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಆ ತರದ್ನ ಅವನು ಲೈಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದರಿಂದ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವನು ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
Okay, how frequently he has to enter the data? How frequently you will collect the data from the particular person? What is the frequency? Means for how many days, or per month, one time, or per week, 3 to 4 times, or what? Or every day?
Sir, it will be every day that he is able to track his daily habits, and at the weekly basis, we'll be generating a progress report for him so that he's able to see where he stands at this particular week.
But every day he has to enter the data.
Yes, sir. It's up to him whether he puts in that particular day. We'll try our best to motivate him to use our application on a daily basis.
And they can have a patient history also.
Okay. What if the patient is not regularly entering the data? Like, then what will be the prediction?
ಸರ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಈಗ ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅವನೇನೋ ಡೇಟಾ ಡೈಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದೇನೋ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಡೇಟಾ ಏನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವನ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೀಟ್ ನ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಡೈಲಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೀಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 1 week ಅಥವಾ 15 days ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಡೇಟಾ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ರಿಕಾಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ ಇಂದ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಪ್ರಿಕಾಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವನೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಅವ್ನ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ನ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರಿಂದ ಲೈಕ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊ ಒಂದ್ 15 days ಆದ್ರೂ ಬೇಕು ಅವ್ನ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ನ್ ಡೈಲಿನೇ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಡೇಟಾಗಳನ್ನ ಅಂತ ಏನ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ
ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಒಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೆವಲಪಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ ಆಪ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೇರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ, ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಲಾಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ಎವ್ರಿ ವೀಕ್
ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಆನಂದ್ ಅವನ್ಗೆ ಎಜುಕೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಇಂಟು ದಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಸೊ ಅದ್ರೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ರೆ
there are some keywords which are not known to common man. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ.
yes
as educated people ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ.
ಸರ್ ಆತರ ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಲೈನ್ ತರ ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು he can answer for that.
Okay, see, what are those symptoms? Primary symptoms.
Actually, sir, symptoms anta bandre
early production of data. There are a lot of symptoms. Adar mele heng predict ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? Because you don't have any third party doctor suggestion also. You are just analyzing through your database, through your software. So just to give some indication.
They are having a heart problem like 2 types, chronic and acute also. So we are our project is based on chronic, and it has a long history, medical history of a patient, and he can have a heart pain or sweat or any other symptoms will be observed in that app. He will be having a daily routine about the symptoms, and he will be having history also, family history also, and whether he is a smoking and having it.
No, without investigation, how can you predict?
So we are not going to be investigating like in person for him, but our application, there will be 2 types, like the heart attack symptoms, they differ for man and woman. Both for female and male, they are different. For example, for the female, they have jaw pain, shortness of breath, chest discomfort or tightness, backache, extreme nausea. Then for men, whereas they all have sweat, few of them will differ, but few of them will be the same, like the heartburn, chest pain or tightness, nausea or vomiting for the men. So we'll be educating the people that, see, this is the difference. Even we did not know this difference, or like how the symptoms are going to happen for the people. And as my friend, as our teammate just told, there is 2 types of heart attacks. That's chronic and acute. Acute, we cannot control it. It's not in our hand. Whereas chronic, where the person is gradually going to have the heart attack, he'll be having, you know, he can take the precautions when he's going to feel that he's getting a heart attack and he's getting to know all of these symptoms.
Yeah, this chronic symptoms will be there even in the diabetic patient. In the small pains, you will be unable to identify. But when it comes to this one, it will be myocardial infection. So it is a one-time attack. So that we will call it as a cardiovascular risk. So here, if the patient is going to just some common man is going to enter the data like I have a chest pain, shoulder pain, and snoozing, everything, snoring and things. So how do you identify how much percentage of this thing you will calculate and predict?
Sir, at the particular moment when the person is going to have a heart attack, we are not going to be asking him, in that state, we cannot ask him what pain are you experiencing and all of that. So we'll be providing ambulance, emergency services, where at a particular click, the notification will be gone to all of the, like the hospitals, his nearest neighbors, then all of the other people, like his family doctor, the relatives, so that they can come to assist him, and also an ambulance. Main cause for the heart attack, the people are dying because they try to themselves go to the place without having to take a proper precaution. So the person, for example, I lost my grandmother because she had a heart attack. She had a heart attack like on spot she had, and the lot of time was wasted by taking her to the, you know, like while taking her to the car itself, she passed away. So instead of like taking her, carrying her, instead of that, if they had known what all they could have done for her, like what precautions they could have taken or called an ambulance at one click instead of traveling from here and there. Yeah, few uncertainties might occur, but having the basic awareness of what they can do will surely help the person.
I think the more clarity is required for your input.
Sorry, sir, we could not hear you.
More clarity should be there in your inputs, because to educating the people entering the data daily basis, regular basis, I think it is very difficult. Can you that is only the input? You don't have any other things?
No, sir. As for now, this is the input that we have.
Okay.
Okay, you said about prediction, and okay, assume that the person like the person is having some symptoms towards heart attack. Hello?
Sir.
Yeah. Like how many days before or how many hours before your app will predict?
Sir, actually now will
Or
predict
it will warn?
sir. ಸರ್ ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ವರ್ಡ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅವ್ನು ಏನ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವನು ತುಂಬಾ ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರಿಂದ
ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಗಿಂತ ಸಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು
ಸರ್.
Predict andre it is almost your 80 to 90% of prediction. Yes, he is having the heart attack, or is going to be heart attack anta.
Yes,
but
sir.
you can suspect based on the data whatever is entering to your system. You are just predicting, you are telling you predicting, but you are suspecting maybe the patient maybe is suffering from this thing. As per your data analysis, if it is more than 60-70%, if you come to the scale of 60 or 70%, so that you can advise that particular person to go to the doctor, or you can send someone, or if you have a doctor's list of doctor specialists in your system, you can guide them to visit there. That you can do, because prediction is only for the physicians and can be predict based on the diagnosis report. Without the diagnosis of the heart moments, so you cannot predict, because without the ECG, you are not seeing any ECG. Even see if the patient doesn't have even in the heart attack, if he had an heart attack previously, that also can be identified by the ECG. And if the patient goes to color Doppler, based on that color Doppler investigation, based on the blood flow movements, he can easily predict, yes, is going to be heart attack. This is only how much the area is veins are blocked, so that he can advise for bypass, or if it is crossing more than 3 to 5 blocks are there, he can advise them. Otherwise, he can go for the angioplasty or angiogram. After the angiogram, we'll go for the angioplasty. If it is not possible for the angioplasty, we'll go for the open heart surgery. So this is after prediction, you can say. But here, based on the database, it is you are on a. It's very difficult to predict. You can suspect.
Sir. So that's why I'm telling our output is not that much accurate, but it will definitely depends on their input. It's accurate on their input.
Depends on them. See, some of the illiterates will unable, they are unable to feed whatever they are feeling. But that you have to educate. At least it should be in the normal languages. And I don't know where you will put this app based on that. See, receiving input and applying output is the major roles in projects.
Yeah, sir.
So if the input is clear, then you can apply any type of the technology. You can modify the technology. You can design, you can develop any kind of the technology that can be applied, and application is also very important.
Sir, actually, we are educating them about their heart health, and also we can guide, and also we can give external support to tracking their heart health, but we can't suggest any treatments and all, but we can suggest online doctors and basic precautions like that we can.
If you are suggesting means you have to go for the suspect, not for the prediction.
Sir, I would like to tell difference between
Deepu, ಏನಂತೀರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ suspect ಅನ್ನೋದು it is a psychological word. It is associated with psychology ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. It do not require any validation. Anyone can suspect on any other. Whereas prediction requires validation.
No, if you are authorized persons with the softwares and all, you can suspect. But prediction without diagnosis, ಹೆಂಗ್ predict ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ?
Now, based on statistical analysis, data set which we have acquired, we can come out with some formula for prediction. ಸಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್, ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡೇಷನ್, ಡೇಟಾ ಇಲ್ದೇನೆ ಸಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ವೆರಾಸ್ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಟ್, then data analysis is a must.
ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಡೇಟಾ ಇಲ್ದೇನೆ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಕ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇದೆಯೋ, ಚೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೈನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ರಿಟಿಸ್ ಇಂದ ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ, ಬೇರೆ ಅದರ್ ಇದರಿಂದ ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಟ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಸಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಎನಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಹೆಂಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಹೆಂಗಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನನ್ನ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಚೆಕ್ ದಿ meaning of these two words.
Alla, both you can do, both can also implement. Once if you suspect, the same result can be transferred to the another division called as you can have the panel of expert doctors. So same thing can be transferred to that particular doctor. So he can predict. Based on your suspected data, he can predict. That can also, you can add into that, then that will be cleared confirmation.
But the term suspect do not look so good. That is the reason why.
But ನೀವು ಈಗ ಸಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫೈನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಪ್ಯಾನಲ್ ಇಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು, ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಯಾನಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೇನೆ we can complete this project.
ಅವಾಗ ಯಾವಾಗ ಫಿಸಿಷಿಯನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಕ್ ಸರ್ಜನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಇದ್ರೆ ಇವನ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ದು ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. We are including even doctors, cardiologist, ಕೇಶವ್ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಮನೆ ಪಕ್ಕನೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಅವ್ರು ಇದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾ ರಿಸ್ಕ್. ನೀವು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೈನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ನ ಸಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀರಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ವೆದರ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅವಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
Any others have any questions, please?
Yeah,
free to ask.
That's all from my side.
Questions to make this work better and make this team strong. Don't feel they are all your friends and they should not ask because they will be asking otherwise. Valid suggestions. Ask proper questions so that they become good in the topic.
Okay, Vishwanath, last question. ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಹಲೋ,
Yes, sir.
like what will be the output? In what format?
Like what format? Sir, we will be generating a report for him. Like as told before, we'll be generating a report for him to view all of the results that he has obtained. And at the same time, the tracking will be like on a daily basis, it will be in the form of tablets. Like each of them, he'll be able to enter them. It will be like that.
But you are saying heart attack prediction, right? Risk prediction. Like whether
Yes,
you will give result in the format of percentage.
Yeah, sir.
Or
yeah, sir. We will give.
Sir, we will be
in the form of
getting a percentage. The percentage on the what level he stands at, like low, high, medium, and also
Like
we'll be able to give him like the what is the major cause of his like this problem. Like if he's a cholesterol, if he has cholesterol, if he has sugar, that is mainly contributing to that. We'll give him we might give him little suggestions like if he is obese, like you can do exercise, it will help you, and we'll direct him to our tracking table where he'll be able to track his steps and calories and all of that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. I thank all of our professors and lecturers for attending our seminar today.
Okay, thank you. We'll wind up the session.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Hello, guys. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Vishwanath.
Yes, hello.